Hey guys, and welcome back to Fishing TV. This is Thomas here. I'm wearing some shitty clothes right now. Fucking raining out here, so I got my water boots on and stuff. But already caught a couple of trout today. I'll show you what I'll be using today. So it's gonna be part two of trout fishing baits. Just gonna let you guys know I made a video yesterday. I didn't have enough space, so I kept cutting out. So what I did is I have deleted a bunch of stuff to make longer videos for you guys, or decent sized videos for you guys, so I don't keep cutting out on me and stuff. Now I'm hoping it ain't gonna start raining too hard, because then I'm gonna have to put this up. But right now it should be good. I'm gonna show you what I got. Alright, so I got salmon bait and a bunch of other different Berkeley Gold power bait stuff. The two things I've been using though, this right here works really good. I'm pretty sure at any stock pond you could use this stuff. You put two on the hook, works amazing. Now this stuff right here, I caught a 5-pound catfish on last night. I've been catching trout on. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show you guys how to use each one of these, which is what I was trying to do in my video yesterday. I didn't have all this stuff though. Also I was supposed to make a video at Cabela's yesterday, but that never happened. My friend ended up getting busy, so yeah, you guys will meet him soon too. His name's Scotty. Yep. So yeah, he's a really good fisher guy too. I'm from Florida, so I'm still kind of learning about some of this fishing stuff. So what happened last night was caught so many fish, I accidentally ended up kicking the that rainbow power bait in. Scotty did anyways. So it's a little wet, so I had to double hook it. But see, you just throw her on there, and see, the thing is, when it gets wet like that, you gotta gently throw it. You can't just launch that. Here, I'll go on this side so y'all can see me. Gently throw it on out there, and you see where it went. It hit right in that water right there. And hopefully, in the next couple seconds, I got a fish on here. See, look, it's already moving, so I'm probably about to have a fish on here for you guys today. I'm gonna get on this side so I can reel it in. See, the thing is, when it gets wet like that, it's hard to keep on the hook. It's pretty fucking hard to keep on the hook regardless, but when it gets real wet like that, very possible it'll fall off when it hits the water. So if you don't see it moving at all, if you're at a stock pond, usually they'll kill it. As soon as it hits the water, like they're playing with it right now, they'll kill it. So if you don't see any kind of movement on your line or anything in the first minute, 2 minutes of it being in the water, you need to check it, because it's probably falling off. Now the little corn bites I like a little bit better because they don't fall off, but I just went ahead and bought all kinds of Berkeley power bait stuff yesterday just to try it out for you guys. And these two seem to be doing the best. See, like there was a fish on there, it took it right off though. So trout's teeth are so sharp, I mean they could pull pretty much anything off of the you can see, so you guys don't think I'm bullshitting with you guys. See, they took it clean off, buddy. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you how to put this stuff on. Is you get your hook, and see, they're little tiny corn pieces, but they're harder, like I was saying in the first video, they're harder than or I wasn't saying in the first video, but it's harder than the dough stuff that I was using, which I had another video of, but like I said, it kept cutting out, so, which is good anyways, because caught one fish. But so I mean, you could put 2 or 3 on it. I have more luck with putting just 2 on it, but just for you guys, I'm gonna put 3 on there. Entice them a little bit more. But as you see, it's just like the corn, except it stays on better, and it's harder for them to pull off with them sharp teeth they have, you know what I mean? So we're gonna take this bad boy like this. We're gonna reel her in, right? And then we're gonna take her, and then drop her off right there. So if you've noticed the last couple times I've thrown out, I've thrown it directly in this spot right here. And there's a reason for that, because usually in that one spot right here or a little bit to the left, they'll hit it every time. I don't know if it's just where they hang out at or what, but they'll kill it most of the time in that one spot I usually have it in. So you'll see. If I get a bite here, and you know, I'm in the country, so some of these people are like, what the fuck is he doing out here with a camera, video recording, and everything else? And I'll show you what I caught one before I started the video, because it was raining too hard to really start a video or do anything. My phone's waterproof, but it's cracked. I didn't really want to take a chance on it. But you'll see like that. I mean, like when they hit it, they hit it. Hoping I could pull one up here for you guys. Might have to go back to that rainbow bait, even though it's hard for it to stay on. Or like I was saying yesterday in the other video, which never got posted, because I mean, dude, it was so bad, just kept cutting out the whole time. Marshmallows work amazing too, for some reason, at the stock pond that I'm at right now. So I'm at, it's called Santos Wildlife Center. Everybody calls it a game farm around here. Most of the people have been fishing here, been fishing since they were kids. They're about 70, 80 years old now, you know what I mean? But they stock it with trout, and there's some big ass bass in here too. Catfish in summertime. I've caught a 60-pound catfish and 100-pound turtle out here. So when catfish season comes around, which will be in the next 2 months, I'll be posting videos on that. I'll go from trout to catfishing and bass fishing and all that stuff. And hopefully this Friday, next Friday, I'm getting a nice little bass boat, so it'll be a little bit easier to make videos and keep you guys entertained instead of just sitting here, you know, with a pole. You know, most of these tricks I learned from Yak Pack on YouTube. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. He's a pretty big YouTuber. He usually hangs out with Fishing with Norm. A lot of these tricks, like my lead and stuff, I learned from him. This lead's gotten a little small because I've been catching fucking a ton of fish the last couple days, so I probably need to change out my lead. It's probably too short for here because of how deep it is. And I can show you this real quick too. So what happens is, this right here, it's called the Texas rig. If you don't know what it is, you probably do. You've seen other videos, maybe. So what it does is this will hit the bottom of the water when it sinks. And see, this will float up just like this, and right where my thumb is the trout strike zone. Depending on how deep the lake is how long you want the lead. All it consists of is 3 split shots and a barrel swivel, and then a lead. The split shots doesn't matter really what size. I would say put, like, I got heavier ones on there, put heavier ones on there if you really want it to sink to the bottom, so you actually know how big of a lead you need. Some people use smaller ones, but the only thing that I don't like about the smaller ones is it doesn't sink all the way to the bottom. And some of the times, I don't have this problem out here, because you can see I'm throwing in the same spot. I don't have this problem out here because these trout are pretty much, I mean, you can tear them up. I mean, a lot of them I've been catching here recently have been fucking huge. So, and they're just so used to biting on stuff that people throw in there because it's a stock pond that it doesn't really matter too much. But if you get some of these places where it's not stocked and it's actually like they've just been in there for a long time, I'd use lighter weights because they're a little bit smarter because trout is one of the smartest fish that you can fish for. But definitely use smaller weights if you're in a place where they've been there a long time. They haven't been here long. They stock it every month. I'll show you how big they get. They get decent size, like the ones I'm catching at this pond are probably been here since the first stock, which is why I'm fishing over here, not over there, because over there's a smaller fish, you know. But you'd want to use a smaller weight, because if they pull on it and they feel a little bit of weight on it, they're not going to go with it. They'll spit it out. They'll spit the whole thing out because they already know somebody's fishing for them. Pretty much. See, and they're not really biting on this corn bait right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it up and throw a marshmallow on there. I'm going to throw a marshmallow on there and see what happens when I do that. See, this is all you need right here. So you get these little tiny, I mean, what I'm gonna do next time is I'm gonna get bigger ones so you could just put one on there. So, cause they fall off when they're small like this. But what I do is, see, I get one and and I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, marshmallows on stock ponds, good stuff. I've caught catfish on these marshmallows last couple weeks on marshmallows. And then see, you just slide the other one on there. You slide a second one on there so you can barely see the hook. Don't play with it too much, because if you make it too loose, then the marshmallows will fall off as soon as it hits the water. But you'll see a big difference. Usually, if they're not biting on that, they will tear them fucking marshmallows up. And see, the thing is that's good about the marshmallows too is the marshmallows actually want to float, so they actually will float on their own up. You don't have to worry about, you know, if it's gonna float up or not. Like, they'll actually float up on their own. So you don't ever have to stress, well, is the marshmallow floating on my lead, because it automatically, marshmallows float in water. So that's another good thing, is if they ever come off when you throw it, you'll see them floating in the water. Another thing too is when you get a marshmallow wet, I would show you right now, but I don't want to take the chance of going for a swim, if you get what I'm saying. But if you take a marshmallow and you dip it in the water, the powdery coating on the marshmallow actually come off, and you can see it going in the water and releasing everywhere, which is actually baiting them in too, because then they get that scent of that marshmallow and go right towards you. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, a fucking marshmallow, but I'm telling you, you'll see in a minute. You've seen I had them 2 marshmallows and where I threw that and all that stuff. You'll see as soon as they hit on that marshmallow, buddy. The best part about a marshmallow, I think, is if you can get them to hit on them, they're so soft, it's easier to hook them. It's easier to get the hook to come through the marshmallow and hook one of them. See, I'm already getting a bite right now on that marshmallow. See, a trout's not like a catfish neither. When they go to take it, they'll play with it for a couple minutes. But I don't know if, I mean, you might not be able to see it, but when they take it, they will take it. Like, they'll run off with it. And your line will straighten all the way out. They do the same thing with the power bait and all the other stuff. But see, with the marshmallow, because of how soft they are, you always kind of want to hold your pole or watch it real closely, because their teeth are so sharp. Most of the time they can snatch it off, or some of the time they can snatch it off, but most of the time you'll hook them. I think it just stole them. Yep, there goes another marshmallow. So now I gotta reel it in. Go back to that rainbow power bait, because it seems to be tearing that up more than anything really right this second. But see, my lead's so small, hoping I'm gonna catch something, but I really need to make that lead bigger, because I mean, you can see this is probably 10 foot deep, and that's, I mean, that's sad as it is. Trying to hurry up, because we've had some bad tornadoes up here in Kentucky, and I'm just a little bit afraid we might have some more. I don't think we will, but from what me and my girl were looking at last night, these storms have possibilities of tornadoes before they got close to us. So been paying a close eye on the weather here, because I had a couple family members that didn't make it. I had a couple family members that didn't make it in those tornadoes down here, so when it starts raining and stuff like this now, it bothers me, you know. And so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get a little creative. Instead of put one, I'm gonna put two on there, just see what happens. Thanks for the sub, by the way, whoever that was that just subbed while I'm making my video. Appreciate it. Take this and I think I have one fall off, but I think the other one's still on there. We're gonna find out though, because they were biting the shit out of this a couple minutes ago. But I mean, you'll see it as soon as the trout hits that son of a bitch, that thing will be gone, buddy. Thing will be straightened out. I'm just fucking with you guys, but no, seriously. Most of the time, if you can get a trout on the hook, I mean, we're talking, this is easy stuff. It ain't like catfish where you gotta jerk the pole. Most of the time, they'll hook themselves and it's right through the bottom lip. Especially with this bigger power bait or the marshmallows, because as soon as they suck the marshmallows in, your pole gets to going because of how soft they are, and you'll hook them right in their bottom lip. I'm using the 2-aught hook, by the way. It's about this big. You don't want to use no bigger than that unless, you know, like Cumberland Lakes, when I go there the next couple weeks after I get this boat, you'll see I'll pull some out there probably 12 pounds. You can use a catfish hook then for those. But because a trout has a real sensitive mouth, and most of the time their mouths are small, you want to use a smaller hook. And that's only if you're keeping them. If you're not keeping them, you want to use a slightly bigger hook, because they'll swallow these small hooks to the point where you got to cut the line, put another hook on it. And a real sensitive fish, so, you know, even if you hook them just a little bit in their gill plate, it'll kill them. I mean, they don't even have to bleed. It doesn't take much to kill a trout. That's the only bad part about if you're just fishing for them to have fun. I'm hoping I can catch a fish for you guys so I can get out of this weather, because it's raining pretty hard. Got about a 20-minute video right now. Sometimes when you reel it in, they'll hit on it too. See, look, they already ate it. You can see my hook right there, a little tiny thing. So now that I'm using that power bait and they're hitting on that, I'm gonna try to go back to these little corn nuggets. I'm gonna put 2 on there instead of 3, because usually, for some reason, if I have 2 on there, it'll hit it. If I have 3, sometimes it won't hit it. Like I say, because their mouth's really small. You don't want to do that because they swim in groups, so you'll have a bunch of them on it. Even though I just did a couple minutes ago, I was just curious to see if they'd hit on it, which they didn't, but I'm gonna try again, because you never know. See, and I got other things like salmon eggs and all that stuff, but I'm getting a pretty hefty fine out here for using salmon eggs. So, and I tried them a little bit earlier before I started this video, and they weren't really hitting on them at all. They make special hooks that I don't have for that. Hopefully, the next couple minutes, one just comes along and yanks on this thing. Caught a decent one earlier. If not, I'll show you how big they are and what they look like. They don't stock this specific location with brook trout. It's just rainbow trout. They're really pretty fish, though, when you first pull them out of the water. You know they're going back, so they'll start turning gray. If it's not cold enough and you keep them in the cooler, probably about 2 or 3 days, like the catfish, they start going bad. Catfish you can keep in the cooler 3 or 4 days as long as it's somewhat cool outside, and they'll be good. Trout, nope. Go bad 2 or 3 days, leave them in the cooler. Trust me, I got a cooler with about 30 of them, and right now it all went bad. It's bad news, buddy. So I'll be back with you guys when I get a bite. so I don't run out of time here on my camera. Now I have to do a bunch of editing, but as soon as I get a bite, I'm gonna start recording again. All right, I got one on that power bait, the rainbow power bait. Guys, I'll be right back with you when I caught one. Good size too. Oh, he done got away, buddy. Oh shit, that was fucked up. He done got away, buddy. Son of a bitch. Well, if you guys wanted to see a rainbow trout, you gotta wait till I catch another one. That son of a bitch jumped right off that son of a fucking hook. Should have hooked him a little bit better. Yeah, he wasn't bad size, but he wasn't that big either. Actually thought it was gonna be good size when it started pulling, because I'm using them big old rainbow power bait chunks. I'm gonna try this one more time. I'll be right back with you guys when I get something hooked on here. Alright guys, so I couldn't get to my phone fast enough. It was about 20 minutes later. But I mean, as you guys can see, you know, there's good sized trout out here. These are rainbow trout. I always wear a glove because they're real slippery and they're real strong. I mean, really strong. He's dead. I disposed of his body. Killed him just so he wouldn't be fighting. That's another thing too, as you can see right here. He was fighting so much, you could see the hook right there in his mouth. Pulled it off. This is probably about a 2-3 pound rainbow trout right here. He's good size. I caught him on those yellow nuggets. But as for now, I'm gonna get out of here, guys, because it is getting real cold and it is not stopping to rain at all. So I'm gonna get out of here. All I can say is like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna have another channel if you're into gaming. Look up Lil Goonie YT, all caps. But for now, for Fishing TV, this is all, folks. I'll be back. I'll probably have one more video coming out this week if my friend gets his stuff together so we can go to Cabela's. I'll have another video this week, hopefully going to Cabela's, and maybe another fishing video. I work it's government, state, city job, so I work a lot. So most of the time when I get off of work, I get off at like 3:30 and I'm tired and don't want to come out here and fish, but I'm gonna start getting in the habit of coming out here more once I get off of work, so you guys have more content to watch. But as of now, remember, like, share, subscribe, and when you subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of my new videos. But today, this is all we got for Fishing TV. And remember, every stock pond has different stuff, but as long as you try some of the stuff that I'm telling you to try, you will always catch a fish. Have a good day.